get started. There we go. All righty. Well, I'm excited to be here again today with Alan to help us with high level today. And Alan's going to be talking about email campaigns, which is huge for us. And I'm here with Brokerage Investing in Florida. And we have a bunch of our agents online as well, getting this knowledge because the email campaigns are huge right now for the market. So I'm excited to have you, Alan, and I'll let you get started.
Yeah, Nadia, I appreciate it very much. Good to see everybody there. And we'll just jump into it. Everybody make sure you get our little cheat sheet Nadia sent out. And I'll share my screen too here. First, I want to talk about email marketing, and I'm very passionate about email marketing, not because I like emailing people a lot, but because that's the number one way to make money. That's why I like it the most. A lot of folks don't. I mean, they just don't know, or you just intuitively think, well, email marketing, oh, that's old stuff. No, not true. Average ROI on email marketing is the highest of anything else you can do, with an average of 28x. For every dollar invested, you get a $28 return. Some companies report as high as $42 on every dollar spent. Now, I'll give you an example, like on Google Ads. Google's numbers is that the return is 2x. So if you invest $1,000, you can expect to have sales of $2,500. That's not much if you really think about it. Spend $1,000 to have sales of 2,500. That's crazy. If you have exceptional SEO, in addition to that, they say you can get 8x. Okay, that's a little better. You spend 1,000, you get 8,000 in sales. Better than that, I would rather spend $1,000 with email marketing and get sales of 28,000, and it costs me just pennies. Now that's the best deal in the world. So this is why I am so passionate about it. So I'm just going to go through a few of the little tips right here. And so this is why the CRM is your most important tool. More important than your website or anything else, it is your CRM. And another reason I'm passionate about it is because it is the number one thing to do to succeed, and it is the number one thing not to do to fail. And of course, there's exceptions to every rule. I can't think of one. I can't think of any really super successful business person that is not active with email marketing. I just can't think of any, So Nadia, can you think of any?
No, I mean, there's so many ways that you can go into. I know a lot of people do the postcards and come up with different ideas, but I tell you, people are going back to email marketing because so many people got into texting or social media. So I think definitely this is a high return on investment.
This is, yeah, statistically the highest churn. SMS is good, but it's so hard to do legally, right? Because you have to have express written permission. You can't, somebody can't say, oh, send me a text. You have to have it. So it is so hard to do. Legally, you can do email marketing so simply, but the fine for doing it wrong is almost $52,000 per email. So make sure you're doing it right, because the fines will put you out of business in a heartbeat.
Yes.
Yeah. Crazy. 52,000 almost. It's $51,477 per email. Crazy, right? It's super easy. Just have your unsubscribe at the bottom or anywhere. Just have your unsubscribe link. And also, you have to have your business address, not a P.O. box, so they can knock on your door and say, quit sending me those emails. That's all you got to do. You can send anybody an email if you've got that and you respect that unsubscribe. So that's super simple to do. All right. So Nadia and everybody. So my most important tips I've got at the top of the sheet. And then my other ones I've just sort of put in there if you guys want to check them out. I want to make sure we have time because some of the folks have been wanting to do like automated email campaigns. I want to show everybody how easy that is to do. So I want to make sure we have time for that. Another thing that a lot of people don't believe just because it's like it's counterintuitive, right? The optimal length of an email newsletter is 100 to 249 words. Now, that's not a lot of words, right, Nadia?
No, that's
No, no. The
good.
last, the last, the last email newsletter I sent out last week or a week before was Neil Patel, who is the #1 digital marketer in the world. His customers are Google, Microsoft, and all those guys. For their company, it's actually lower than 99. So you got to sort of see what works out for you, but short, 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 keep it short. People think, oh, I'll pile all of these words and all this information and all these pictures. And people are going to look at that and they're going to say, forget this, man. I don't have time for this. So short, short and sweet. So I've got a link there to that. I've got a link to that article that we just posted. The
Yeah,
other
they need
thing,
it to
go ahead.
be, oh,
Go ahead.
I was just saying, they need it to be short because they have to get back to watching shorts.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And
Shorts.
guys, oh, this training's not about shorts, but my goodness, I tell you what, uh, on TikTok, more people see our videos on TikTok than anything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
But do you know that TikTok is just not for shorts anymore? They raised their limit to 10 minutes, and we are posting lots of 5 and 6 minute videos. And
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Now, YouTube is still, I say under a minute, because sometimes if you make it 60 seconds, YouTube ain't going to pick it up as a short. So I always say 59 seconds the max on that. Instagram is still a minute. And of course, Facebook is longer, and Twitter's longer, and LinkedIn.
mhm.
Our viewership on LinkedIn has just gone through the roof, and I think it's because we're going crazy posting videos, quite honestly. But anyway,
Wow. Okay.
yeah. But anyway, the shorts, yeah, absolutely, 100% need to be doing that.
Okay.
Okay, so keep it short. Keep it short.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. The other thing is this is super important, and so I want to bring this up. Now we sent this out probably a month or a month and a half ago, but Google's regulation changed. It only affects you if you're sending 500 or more mass emails a day. But the important thing is um, this has been best practices for a long, long time. So you need to do this regardless. And I go through this, and I just want to, yeah, let me pull this up for a second. So I go through this in this. If you don't know what SPF, DKIM, and DMARC is, that's like email 101. You just need to learn that. It's not any big deal, but you just need to learn what that's all about. SPF tells the email server which domains have permission to send email. DKIM is security tags, and DMARC tells the email servers what to do with email when it doesn't pass either SPF or DKIM. That's simple. So you just have to learn about that. The other thing is really important. No more gmail.com. No more free email addresses. It has to be a custom sending domain, yourbusiness.com. Now, again, that's over 500 a day, but this has been best practice for a long time. So, Nadia, what does a domain name cost today? Oh, you're on. Oh, sorry, you're on mute. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so good because I started rambling. But yes, $12.99 and a year, and then it goes up after that, of
Oh,
course.
yeah. I tell you what, guys, here's another freebie tip. That's not what this meeting's about. GoDaddy has like doubled their price. They a long time ago, well, many years ago, said privacy is for porno guys. Don't get it. You know, it could hurt your SEO. Then they learned, oh, if people sign up for privacy, they have to go through us to find out who owns it. Then they start pushing it. Now they've got to the point where they just put it mandatory on theirs, and they double their price to do that. Cloudflare is where you want to buy your domains. We are moving all of our domains. We've got hundreds of domains. We're moving all of them out of there. And Cloudflare, Cloudflare.
There you go.
So Cloudflare is an internet security company, and they deal with giant enterprise companies. So as a result, just to, I guess, their freemium product, you know, freemium, you give somebody something free to get them on board, and then they eventually buy something, right? They sell domain names at their cost. So I bought some today. It's like a .com is like $9 a year.
Really?
$9 a year. That's it. So we are moving all of our domains out of GoDaddy and into Cloudflare. Now, this is the other bonus for it. Cloudflare has a free CDN, content network, CDN, that is the fastest in the world. And you get free enterprise DNS, domain name settings, enterprise DNS for free. It is the best thing in the world. So move your domains there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cloudflare. Okay, so anyway, for $9-10 a year, you have your own domain. You don't use at gmail.com anymore. Use your own domain, makes you look professional, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's some other stuff. Oh, unsubscribe. Got to make sure you deal with that. There's a spam threshold. I go through that. If you're getting flagged as spam and people are hitting complain about you, eventually nobody's going to send your email. So you got to be careful. I got all of that stuff in here. I got tools in here and all that stuff like that. So that's a tip. And that's not something we can cover in ad nauseum today, but hey, you know, we got the stuff here. It's not a big deal. Just go and learn about it. It's not a big deal. All right. Let me get my little cheat sheet here, Nadia. Any thoughts or comments from anybody before we go on?
I really want to use Cloudflare.
Yeah, she looked up Cloudflare already, and she's already signed up.
Man, you got to use it. Yeah. It is amazing. And it says a lot of, you get some free stuff. I won't talk about it all right now. So, so the last thing is just sort of, you know, I've said for a long time, real estate, realtors, you know, real estate salespeople, they are marketers. They could sell anything, right? I mean, real estate's just a product. You could go and sell anything. So just learn about email marketing. And I've got a link here for our like overview of everything you need to know about email marketing. I put a link there to that, and it just goes into detail with all of that. And then Nadia and everybody else, we cover a lot of this in our article, but here's also like some other really good articles like Search Engine Journal. Again, keep it short, visuals, you know, they look stuff like that. HubSpot is their CRM marketing platform is very similar to High Level, but it costs thousands of dollars a month, you know, and there's rarely a reason why most businesses ever need to go there. But there are a few reasons. But there's one from them there also. Subject line, segmentation, A/B testing, all that. They all pretty much say the same. And WordStream is another company as well. So that's just some basic tips. Nadia, do I need to talk about some like basic tips anymore? Anything you can think of? Do I need to go into that anymore, or do we need to just move on? What do you think?
No, I think that's good. Having this cheat sheet as they go through, I think will definitely help them. But yeah, no, I think we can move forward.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. So what I want to do now, last time we looked at high level and we had an overview, just to overview this platform that does so much. You can fall asleep at a meeting. I mean, it just does so much. Most people aren't going to do everything that it can do. And that's why I say, don't spend a million hours watching YouTube videos. Just ask us and let us just answer your question. So what I want to do, Nadia, is I want to review just the marketing portion for a second. That's where the email marketing is. And then I want to go to the automations, and that's where you automate a campaign. Okay. So the first thing in the marketing is that everybody remember, and I will review, let me review the pricing real quick, Nadia. I know some people have the CRM, but for those that don't, just to review the price so they know what we're talking about. So Nadia, for your agents, if they sign up for the professional plan, they get the expert plan at no additional charge. This is all of the pre-built templates, and there's gazillions of them. So they get all of these pre-built templates, including the 6 month drip campaign I'm going to show you in a few minutes. 6 months campaign of email. All the emails are in there. You just put your little spin on them and everything, but they're there. Okay, so that's the price we're talking about. And one of the reasons that price can be so low is you pay for your email, and if you do text message separately. And Nadia, I think you're doing Google Workspace, right?
Yes, I am. Yep.
So all of your folks with Google Workspace get email going through the CRM at no charge, because all they have to do is connect their Google Workspace. Very easy, and we'll help them to do that. Text messaging does cost a little bit. You've got your legal A2P compliance of like $20 to set up. You've got a phone number that's right under $2 a month. And then you've got to pay for each text message that you send out, which is just barely over a penny per text message. So it does cost a little bit. Okay, so that takes care of the cost. Okay, so remember with this marketing platform that you can post your social media. So that's a huge time saver right there. Second of all, you've got your mass emails. The emails right here, we're talking about mass emails. So you've got your templates. So you set up a template and then you can just reuse it. When I send out a newsletter regarding a new article, it takes me, I would say, 5 minutes to get that ready to go. I just change the template a little bit. I send myself a test. I test it. I look and make sure it comes in okay. And then I schedule it out to go. And I'll drip it out and say, I'll set it for a few minutes to go out every minute so that it drips out over time. And it helps me not to be flagged as spam. Okay. And the campaigns are the ones actually sent. The snippet templates, these are templates you can drop into just a regular email. And that makes life very, very quick. And the trigger links is where you can create a link. If someone in your email clicks on that link, you can have that trigger something like an automation. So for example, you send out a promotional email, they click on a link, and then you can have it automatically send them like an email or a text message. And then if they don't reply, you can say in 7 days, you can have another one that it sends them out. So you can trigger automations based on these links. Okay, so that's basically just the marketing portion of it. Nadia or anybody else, any questions about that?
Nope, sounds good over here. Anybody else?
Okay, so how do you do a drip campaign? I'm going to click on automation. And you see we've got a lot of automations that are pre-built in here. And I'm just going to go into buyer leads folder. Inside the buyer lead folder is buyer lead 6-month email campaign. And if anybody doesn't have this by any chance, let me know, because this may have been added after you got your CRM from us, but it's been here quite a long time, so you probably got it. I'm just going to click on that. Now, all of these, whether you're using HubSpot, you're using High Level, you're using Constant Contact, Active Campaign, they all pretty much work the same. So if you've ever done one, you'll figure it out really quick. They're all based off of a trigger. That is, what is going to trigger this automation? And it could be a gazillion different things. It could be it could be that it could be that that a contact was added to your CRM. It could be that something about a contact changed. It could just be a number of different events and things such as that, like someone submitted a form or submitted a survey, or someone clicked a trigger link, or a Facebook lead came in, a lead from an ad came in, a form was submitted from TikTok, or just a gazillion different things. So typically you would just select, well, what's going to trigger this automation to start? Now, there's other ways to get people in this automation. You can just go to their contact and go down near the bottom of their information, and you'll have the workflow automations there, and you can just click and add them to here without them even having a trigger. Well, you typically have a trigger, not all the time, but you typically do. So this one is set up. And again, this is just a template. So you can change this to be any way that you want, but this will give you a good idea, because basically you're going to set them all at the same way. So here, once the trigger fires off with this one, then there's going to be a 1 minute wait. There's going to be a 1 minute wait. Let me move my Zoom thing out of the way. There's going to be a 1 minute wait. And then after that, email number 1 is going to fire off. And you can see what it says here, and you can make yours say whatever you want it to say. It's just like a placeholder here. It's a little template. Remember, these are buyer leads, and you put your own signature there. You put your own spin on it, particular to what you're doing. And it's just a way to get you started. Don't forget also, when we talked about using ChatGPT and all that stuff, I mean, it just makes it real easy to do all of this. And so now we're going to wait again. Now we're going to wait 24 hours. And after 24 hours, email number 2 is going to go out. And you've got, it's, who's it from, what's your email address, what's your subject. If you've got one of those snippet templates set up, and we got a bunch of them set up for you already, then you just click what you want to come in here. You just put your spin on it, and that's it. And this is just rinsed and repeated. pretty soon it'll be like a 1-day delay, and then a 2-day delay, and then a 7-day delay, and then 14-day delay. And then near the end of the 6 months, it's like, okay, I'm sending you my final email, blah, 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 blah. It's just repeat, rinse and repeat. And I'll just scroll down here. I won't open all of these, but you can see email number 2, wait, email number 3, wait, email number 4, wait, etc., all the way down, all the way. And this whole campaign goes, let me see if I can get down there really quick. I don't know how many's in. Okay, here it is. 27 emails. 27 emails over the course of 6 months. And you can do whatever you want to do with this. If you want to just copy it and you want to just have 4 emails go out over 2, that's fine, whatever you want to do. But they all work the same. Going to have a trigger, going to have a wait, going to have your first email, a wait, your next email, a wait, your next email, a wait, your next email. And then you could even set up like a goal. If they click this link, immediately exit them out of this drip campaign and then put them in another one. All sorts of things you can do. But that's it. You can do the same thing with text messaging as well. And this is really cool about high level. Once, if you have it set up, once someone messages you from Facebook, Instagram, or Google Business Profile, now you can automate messages going to them on the social profiles as well. Really awesome. So that's really it. It's super simple, Nadia. It's not nearly as hard as perhaps it may sound, but it's just really super simple. What do you think?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And one thing I really like too, like you're saying, is that you can set up the automation. So say your buyer, you're hitting them, and finally they're like, okay, let's go talk. Instead of it keep going down that, it'll trigger them into the next one.
Mm-hmm.
So
you could set a goal that once they reply to your email, it gets them out of this automation. Then you can see how that goes. And then depending on how those conversations go, you may put them in a different drip if they're not ready to buy or sell a house yet or something like that. And then you'll have a goal that they can make. You can have a drip that goes for years, right? So, yeah. So, and that's really it. It's really and you can also have it where once they get to the bottom of that automation, they automatically start all over again.
Gotcha.
Like
this one, you could wait, say 6 months or 3 months and then start it all over again.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we have one for holidays in here. And we've got like 17 holidays in here. And that one does the same thing because it starts over every year because the holidays. Yeah, here's the holiday workflow. And of course, these are just templates, so you'd want to put your own spin on them and everything. So it starts out like this was 2023-0101, so you want to change that to 2024, and then you would go through here and all of these are triggered by date, right? So you're going to have to go through and if there's any that the date changes, like Thanksgiving is not on the exact same day because it's on Thursday every year. So you're going to have to go in there and look at some that have to be changed. But basically, at the bottom, when they're done with all of this, if I can get down there, yeah. At the bottom, you see it goes right on straight up to the top again. And it'll start doing it all over again because, every year you got the holidays every year. Yeah. So, and you could have even if you had a wait, like you were saying, if you're out of drip, you could say, okay, they went through this drip. So we're going to pause them for so many months and then say, we're going to put them in a different drip, or we're going to put them to the top and let them do this drip again. Or Nadia, you could even, say you don't want to put them back up at the top to do again. Say you want to put them up like halfway and do again, just the second half. You can do that. So basically anything you want to do, you can do.
I like that. And I do have a question. So say if I were to set this up and we're on a multi-tier, can I send this to all of, say, Brandy's clients, or does she have to set it up as well?
Yeah. So, um, the people that it's sent to has to be in your high level.
Okay.
Now, so, and there's a few things. For example, let's say that you have how many ever agents you have, and let's say you have one like master high level account that all of the agents' contacts flow into just for, call it, corporate mass email.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
so
okay.
then you could do that to all of them, right? Because it's just everyone flowing in. It's just going to be general emails that's going out to everybody, sort of like with Sendable, where the social media goes out to everybody. All the agents' profiles can be in there to get that. Well, same thing here. All of their contacts can come into a master account, and then email could go out to those, which should be a big saving to the agents because
Yeah.
they need to send the specialized stuff or very personal stuff out, but the general stuff with just newsletters, articles, and junk, that could all come out of a master account.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah, super cool.
So what if I were to make those, say you have the holiday one already done, so that works good. But say we want to put it with logo investing in Florida and all that stuff. Can I give this to the agents so that they can do it in their account if they didn't want to, they want to have their own email signature at the bottom?
Yeah, um, so two things. If the agents have the CRM from us, they're going to have it in there already. Number two, if you wanted to like customize one and then give them one that you've customized, then you can share it with them if you want. So
Okay.
there's two options there with that.
That might be the best. Okay. Very cool.
Yep, 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 yep. It's really pretty simple. It's not rocket science. It's send an email, wait a certain amount of time, send the next email. That simple. Text message, Facebook message, it's really that simple.
Yeah.
Well, could you go over how to like just do a simple one like that from scratch?
Yeah, sure. Hey, we have the girl that is becoming very
Yeah.
expert at this. Yeah, we can do something like that. Okay, so um just my personal workflow is always to keep things organized in folders, because if you don't, you're going to have a big mess.
Mhm.
So I'm going to create a folder, and it's test. I want to move that. I want to move that out of my way. I'm going to go now to my test folder. I'm going to create a workflow. I'm going to create one from scratch. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set a trigger. And let's say that this is a welcome sequence for every new person I put in my CRM. Welcome. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this is going to be triggered by a contact being created in my CRM. Now, if I wanted, I could say it's only the ones added to the CRM that have a certain tag. You can do whatever you want, but that's a very simple way to do it. So first thing I'm going to do is as soon as someone is added, I'm just going to send them an email. So to send them the email, I just fill it out the way I would do an email. So this is from Alan McNabb, and it's image building media, etc. From email address is the email address I use with my CRM. Has to be that. So if you're using Google Workspace, it's your email in Google Workspace. If you don't do that, it's going to bounce, it's going to be spam and all that. Okay. just a normal subject line like you would do any email. If you've got a template in here that you want to use, just select the one you want to use. If not, just go hi. And I'm going to say, I'm going to have pull in their first name automatically. Hi, Alan. And then I'm just going to say whatever I want to say to Alan. And then I want to have a great day. However I want to close it. I want to have my name, etc., like that. And at the bottom, I want to have my unsubscribe.
Not a lot of responses. I've had like 4 for each, but a lot
Hold
of
on.
views.
Let me see. There we go. Go ahead.
Yeah, cool. So you want to have your unsubscribe and your business address at the bottom. There's a short code for your business address. You can do that. Okay, so that's your email address. You want to save the action here. And now we want to have a wait. I'll show you a really cool thing here in a second, and that is how to copy stuff and just speed it up really quick. All right, Brandy, what do we want to do? 1 day?
Yep.
Let's say wait 1 day. And now we want to send another email. Watch this. I'm going to select here with this email to copy all actions from here, to copy it right below this wait. Now I have my first email, a copy of that right there. Yeah, cool, right? Cool. Now we open that up, and now we want to change here our text a little bit, whatever now you want it to be. But you already got and you may want to say have a great have a great day to something else, so it's not exactly the same. You already got your unsubscribe and all that other stuff there. So we're good to go. We're going to save that, and we're going to change the wait now for after this one. Let's say we're going to wait 3 days, and boom. Okay. Now we can just do again. Oops, sorry, not that. I'm going to, oops, sorry, not that. I'm going to copy again, paste it here. I can do the same thing for number 3, and it's just sort of rinse and repeat. And just keep doing that as long as you want, right? So here's email number 3. And now my wait time, let's say I'm going to make now, it's going to be 7 days. And so and then I'm going to change this email number 3. I'm going to change it to be something a little different. And you just rinse and repeat until you said, okay, that's enough, and you stop. Now, one really important thing I want to show you in settings. So I would say 99.999999999% you want to always come in here and say, allow reentry. That means someone can be put into this automation more than one time. So let's say they get out of your database now, or you've not seen them for a year or 10 years. They come back. Now they get the welcome sequence again, which 10 years later is probably changed anyway. And make sure that you always save this right here and double check this, because this is a lot of times people forget this, and it's like it would like be the holiday workflow or the happy birthday workflow. If this wouldn't turn on, they'd get one happy birthday message and never get another one, but you want them to get it every year, Yeah, so that's it right there. That was pretty easy, right?
I have another question.
Yeah.
So is this how when I have people add their contacts into my CRM through a form, could I add tags this way? Like automatic?
Yes. Yeah, so exactly. So what you do is when they come in, and we'll do it right here. So here a contact is added. Let's say, let's change this right here. So we're going to change this to a form. So a form was submitted. Now I'm going to add a filter, and I'm going to say the form is, let's say, updated their profile, save that trigger. Now I can come in here and I can add a contact tag, and I can pick whatever tag I want to add based on that form that was submitted. And so I can keep them all tagged. And so when I have a form, I always have an automation because I want to tag them. My rule is nobody's in my database without a tag unless they're a spammer and they get automatically deleted. So I always tag them, and I always like send a thank you or something for, filling out the form or whatever, right? So I always have an automation with every form.
I need to set this up for my off-market one. Because they don't get me like welcome or thanks for or anything, and they don't know what it's about.
Yeah, and the other thing I'd recommend for sure, because I've done a lot of these automations, and then up on the top, I have to label it because I get them lost all over the.
Oh, yeah. Always got to label it right here. Whatever this is, always keep it in a form. And the other thing I do, I have consistency across the board. So if I've got a form, if I've got a funnel, and I've got an automation, they all have the same title. Funnel, exact same title. Workflow, all of them. So I can go and easily see what are the ones that pair together and work together holistically. So that's one of the things I do.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you got to be super organized or you'll waste a lot of time. Yeah. But it's easy to do. This stuff is really quite easy. It's a lot easier than it was when it all first came out with all these platforms.
Definitely. And really good compared to like Active Campaign back in the day.
Yeah. Active Campaign isn't a CRM anyway.
Yeah.
It's just a mass newsletter sender, but they've tried to add a few little things. But and they tried to add a CRM function and it flopped. So they even discontinued that. So yeah.
This is beautiful. It's structured very nicely and easy to see.
It works. I feel like once, like I already been through the forms, I've created forms and all that stuff, but it's just so easy when you just drag and drop, or it's literally just step by step you walk through. That's what makes it so easy.
Yeah. And make sure you test everything and make sure you publish everything. And then, we've talked about the settings. When you start using it, you can get like your enrollment history. So you can see every step someone goes through when they enter into an automation. And when you're testing it, you can see each and every step. What was the wait period? They got the email. What was the email? You can see all of that. So it makes it really easy to make sure everything's working right and to troubleshoot if there's ever a problem.
Nice.
Yeah, man. And that's it. And it makes email marketing and SMS marketing, Facebook messaging, Instagram messaging. It makes it all so easy. And it's just like anything else. It takes a little work to set it up, and then it saves tons and tons of time,
Yeah. Very nice.
Very cool, guys. Well, that's all I had. If anybody has any questions or anything, that'll be cool. But if not, I think that's all I had for today.
Nice. Well, I think this is really helpful. This is going to be really good for getting them in automations. And it's so important, especially in real estate, to keep seeding your clients, because there's a lot of times you're working with them, everything's going good, you haven't talked to them in 2 weeks, and the next thing you know, there's a sign next door with their for sale sign with another company. So
yeah. And people typically, even after they sign a contract, they want a weekly update, and people don't know if it's automated or not, and a lot of times we're sending people out automations. They're replying, "Oh, thank you, da 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 da." They got no idea, and that's cool. That's good, right?
That's what we want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So perfect. Well, if anybody has any questions.
Well, I am curious about that Cloudflare thing again, because I kind of looked it up, but I was a little bit confused. Maybe me and Alan can hop on a call.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a little, once you sort of get in there and find out what it is, that's cool. But it is like super high level enterprise level. Yeah. but it is simple to sort of get it. Once you get it, it's super cool and best thing out there, man, for sure.
Yeah, so I'll set up a meeting with you for that because I want to get a domain and whatnot.
Awesome. Sounds good. Sounds good,
All
guys.
right.
So
All
much.
right. Thank you, Alan, again. We'll
Thanks,
see you soon.
guys. Enjoy and good luck.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I love that man. He's great.